Welcome to Thread. This orientation video will show you how to create your own resources for your church, for the leaders of your church in the leadership portal, and for all the people in your ministry through the app. We've got this new feature called My Church, and you can see by hitting the hamburger menu up there that you can look at the Thread series or your own church series. I've already added some Bible studies, which would be a great thing for you to add with the resources. And then you can create your own series. So we're going to create a series for Easter because we're not preaching a Thread series during Easter. We're doing our own content, 5 weeks. But we still want the church to have daily devotionals and kids' church lessons that are tied in. We're starting to learn how to do this Thread thing on our own, which is kind of the goal of Thread. You've got the 3 languages so far there that you can pick from, and you can always make more language translations of everything that you put in English. For the portal, when your leaders look at the portal, it's nice to have a little banner. Everything that I make is on Canva. It's really easy to use. You want to just make sure you have the right size, which is 1500 pixels by 310 pixels. Download that as a PNG, and you can use that for your banner. You don't have to have a banner, but this is how you do it. Upload an image, choose the file. It's going to be right there because we just did it in our downloads. Save that, and you have your banner. Always click the green button or it doesn't actually make the change. For the image for Never Ending Stories, I already made an image in Canva. It's super basic just to get this video out there, and this is our icon image for Never Ending Stories. This will show up in the portal, and it'll be easy for your kids' church ministry leaders to find that there. If you want to add sermons to the portal, you could do that, so other people could preach sermons just like you do with Thread. You have all that ability, but it only shows up for your church. Really cool. The summary for this series, we'll just put in a basic summary. This is only going to show up on the portal, just like when you do a Thread series, how it shows up there. This whole idea of having the Thread content plus your own content, I think really makes church this an awesome church app. A lot of churches have tried apps, but they don't have enough content. And so it kind of doesn't get used. But with the Thread content that's already there, plus your own content, plus push notifications, this makes this a really valuable church app. Okay, we're going to make a new leadership thread. So this is just going to show up on the portal, just like kids' church lessons do now. And so anyone who has access, you don't need to track progress for that. But you could, if you wanted to do like a leadership training module, you could click track progress and put leadership training in this. There's so many uses, and really you can play around with it and figure it out. But we're going to do week 5 Revelation Kids Church Revelation lessons. Awesome. That's something to look forward to in Thread in a couple of years. And so what I've done is I've already created this in a document. And when you copy and paste from a Google Doc or a Word doc, it copies really well. How did we make this? Well, we use the Thread Kids Lesson Builder, which you can do when you're not preaching a Thread series. You can use this form. This is going to become a part of the website. It won't be a Google form. It'll be actually something that we have. But for now, it's a Google form. You have to do some copying and pasting. But you get to the Thread Kids Lesson Builder, and you can copy and paste that. Hopefully you can do it better than I did it right there. We'll get there eventually. And then when you put it back into the Thread portal, it copies the format and the images for you. You can play around with the, make it look a little nicer, bold it, increase the font size as you see fit. You've got some pretty good resources there. You can add hyperlinks to that. There it is. That's how it looks, and your people can always click on the PDF, which we'll see at the end there, and they can have a PDF just like they do with the Thread Kids lessons. The other way you could do this is instead of adding the text itself, you could just add a PDF. So if you already have PDFs or if you're using other kids' church content that comes in PDFs, you can just add the document right there. This is what it looks like from the church builder or the lesson builder itself. Save that. And then you have to pick an alignment. It'll yell at you if you don't. And then people could just download that. So that'll just look like a download in the portal instead of seeing all of the text. So there's a couple different ways to do that. All right, let's add an app resource. So that was the kids' church is only going to show up on the portal. This will show up on the app for all of the people who have the code for your ministry, church, or group. And so we're going to make daily devotionals. That could just be called devotionals if you wanted to add family devotionals as well, but we're just doing the daily devotionals for this series. Share image is where you click on that little triangle button and it opens up like Instagram and Facebook. We're not going to do that for this, but you could add a share image if you want. Here's the actual image that we're going to use for this. It's the daily thread. You can copy that off of the app online if you want and use that exact same symbol. We're going to do a new, you could do a document, like you could just put PDFs in, just like we looked at with the other one, and people could download PDFs from their phone through the app. But we're going to make the daily devotionals look just like they do during the normal thread time. So we're going to choose an image for Monday. We've already got the image uploaded. It's the daily thread. And now we're going to add text. You have to add text or media. You could put a video in there. There's a lot you can do if you start to play around with this. It's only going to show up for your church, so you can't really mess it up too bad. If you do something that doesn't make sense when you open up the app and look at it, you can just delete it. But here we're copying and pasting again. The formatting stays. You can add scripture references by clicking on the little Bible in that menu, and it's really easy. It's just like a hyperlink you add, and then the scripture will pop up for you just like it does in the Thread app. So actually, we want to use that. That's going to be the main image. And then the daily thread image will show up later on. So see, I messed up, but you can fix it really easy once you open up the app and look at it. You don't have to close the app completely and then reopen it to see the changes, but it's pretty easy to figure out. We're going to make Tuesday as well. You can do every day of the week. You can make family devotionals. You can add, as I said, videos, PDFs. Really great way to get content out. And then you can send push notifications to let people know, hey, we got our own devotionals. We're doing this thing. We assigned people out to make devotionals in the church, and people made their own. It was really cool. This is like a new way of just immersing the church in teaching during Thread and during the non-Thread times. Here's what it looks like when it's done. On the portal, you see you've got this resources just in the portal. Click on that, and there's the kids' church lessons, and we have the kids' church lesson for that we made and copied. Looks like that, just like it would for Thread. You can click it, you can print that PDF, or you can just download the PDF that we uploaded as well. Two different options that we made, and there they are. And then if we go over to the app and see the change we made there with the devotionals, you can see the My Church button in the bottom right there. It's a new menu. So we'll click on that, and then you can see our daily devotionals. I already added some Bible studies. That's a great way to put some things in there. Put your own church's Bible studies in or follow-up studies. But click on daily devotionals. Monday. There's the daily devotional for Monday. Click over to Tuesday.